So yeah, guys, the main reason for this session is for you to learn how to read the market structure for Monday's trading session. Because what I've noticed is many people, they like to take trades on a Monday without yet understanding where price is going during Monday's trading session. I hope you can all hear me. You can just, there's quite a few on mute, so I'm just hoping you can all hear what I'm saying. We are going to discuss dollar index Monday's trading session and how we can use that information to determine how we are going to trade the markets come Tuesday and the rest of the week. Now, there are a few things that you need to take note of when you're doing your Monday session roundup. Like now it's already 9 o'clock. We just have 2 hours left in the session. That's New York session. London is closed already, 8 o'clock. So there are a few things that you have to take note of. Number one, what was the high during London session? What was the low during London session? Then you need to take note of the high and the low of New York session, of which for New York, you can only determine that once we are in the Asian session, that is after 11. Now, the reason why you have to understand Monday's trading session, I'm talking about this price action, guys. Today's candle, that guy which I highlighted, that price action for today, that's the one you need to be in a position to read in relation to your institutional supply and demand, whether price is leaving a demand zone or price is leaving a supply zone. So when you look at Monday's trading session, for instance, today, we've got dollar, of which the bias for dollar is mainly bearish, but it's bearish reaching oversold conditions, meaning we are now at the extremes of the downtrend. That's why you're seeing market, that's why you see market now is in a bit of a range. You can see dollar index for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks, we've been ranging between the 91.14 and the 89.16 range. Price hasn't managed to break out. The reason being that we are now at the extreme of the market lows. Market is now in oversold conditions. We call it an oversold condition, meaning that it's either we are going to see a breakout to the upside or we're going to see a breakout of the structure to the downside. But as it is, in relation to fundamentals and all that's happening in the market right now, there's a bit of chance that we might see a breakout to the upside. It's not guaranteed, but looking at what the bond market, the yields are doing, there is a very good chance that dollar is going to trade higher. That's why I keep emphasizing that I'm going to be bullish dollar. Yes, that does not mean I'm not going to be bearish. You see, if the chance to be bearish represents itself, then I will gladly take that chance and trade bearish. So now, if you're anticipating a bullish dollar, like in this case, then Monday's trading range, what is it that you need to take note of? Did price try to reach for any sell stops? Remember, we need sell stops for market to rally to the upside. We need buy stops for market to rally downside. So sell stops is liquidity for longs. Buy stops is liquidity for shorts. So you have to ask yourself, did market try to clear up any sell stops on Monday's trading range? Or is there any supply level that we tried to reach out to or trade higher? So you look at last week's price action, the low of last week. So I'm going to highlight the low of last week, coming in at that's 90.04. That's last week's low, and then last week's high. So we're going to have buy stops above. We're going to have buy stops above, and then we're also going to have sell stops below last week's low. That's liquidity, guys. And I know there's quite a few who haven't yet reached this part, but I think it's good that if you are in the session, it's good that you are here, because you are going to have a lot of questions. And by the time it comes that you go through this lesson, it's going to be easier for you. So now we go to a daily time frame. We can clearly see that market tried to reach for the sell stops of last week. Why I'm saying last week's low, there's sell stops. Remember, below equal lows, there's a whole bunch of liquidity there. You can see last week's low and this low highlighted. They are all equal lows. What lies beneath equal lows? Sell stops. So market has to clear those before you start hunting for any moves to the upside. So now you can see Monday's trading range. It missed last week's low by a couple of pips, right? You as a trader now, you need to be instinctive in your decision making. Should I go long, or should I wait for price to trade lower again? Now, this is where you look now into the week, as in, do we have any fundamentals that can facilitate price to trade lower or to trade higher? Remember, this is your Mondays now analysis, where you're looking at the market to see, okay, am I going to have opportunities in this week? So in regards to this week, we've got FOMC. The Federal Reserve is going to meet for the first time during the Biden presidency, and they're going to review the interest rates, which by now you should all know they're not going to change. Already Powell said for the next 2-3 years, they're going to try to keep the rates unchanged. Thereby, they will try to push inflation higher. You see? So now, when you know that, okay, we've got FOMC coming on Wednesday. Yeah, I'm sure it's Wednesday. You can check on the calendar for that. FOMC coming in on Wednesday. We should have ECB on Thursday. And if I'm not mistaken, they're also going to review their rates on Thursday. We already had the Bank of Canada last week. So once you see those fundamentals lining up for the week, then you have to make a decision whether you are going to trade tomorrow or you wait for FOMC come Wednesday. Yeah, I think it's Wednesday, 8 p.m., if I'm not mistaken. Because I'm sure price is going to take out these sell stops. If that does not happen, you need to wait for price to clear this high. I'm sure you can all see my screen, and that high is coming in at this down close candle here. That's last week's 2 weeks ago's opening price, which is coming in at let's see, 90.375. So I'm going to highlight 90.375. You need to see price closing above 90.375 to validate your long entries. Because once price has done that, right? Once price closes above this last down close candle, it now means we have had price defining this down candle as a bullish order block. So we might have a green candle that closes way above the opening price of this down close candle here, this one. So if price does close above, then it's going to validate us taking long trades. But as long as we are trading below, as long as price is below 90.375, then expect dollar to trade lower, thereby pushing Euro USD up, pushing GBP USD up, pushing NZD USD up, and pushing down USD CHF, USD CAD, USD JPY. They're all going to trade lower. So that's how you analyze your Monday's price action. Now, if I go into the H4, for those that like to trade Monday, if I go on to H4 time frame, the reason why I'm saying Monday's price action, you can clearly see we had market trading to an imbalance area right here, right? We had market trading to an imbalance, and then it found resistance. You see that level? That's the same level that I'm saying if price trades and close above, then it's going to validate our long entries on dollar index. If price trades and close above here, you wait for the retest to take it all the way to the upside. But as long as price is below this imbalance, as long as price is trading below this imbalance, then you can probably anticipate further drops to the downside. There's no need for you to be hunting for longs. You see? Price has to rebalance. But if you look at the market structure, there we've got another imbalance up there. This was manipulation. That was a clear market makers doing their work. So you can clearly see we've got a better chance of market trading to the upside. But as long as we stay below 90.375, we're just going to round it off to an institutional price point of 90.380. That's an institutional price point. Remember the zeros, the 20s, the 50s, the 80s. Those are institutional price points. So now, once you've done that analysis, the most difficult thing now to do for most traders is to wait. I know people are not patient enough, but you must have the ability to wait for price action to come to your zone. For instance, personally, I'll only be interested in long positions on dollar index. Number one, if we trade and close above 90.380, or if we take out the sell stops below these equal lows here. Let me highlight them for you. If we trade and close below these equal lows, there is what? Sell stops down here. You see? So if we do come down here, only when I'm here, that's when I'll be interested in taking the market to the upside, trading higher. You see, I need to see a price action where it's going to come down. Then once it's here, then I'm hunting for long entries, or I need to see a clear close above price imbalance. Then when we come back to this range, then we are taking it to the upside. Is that clear, guys?
Yeah.
Guys, are we together?
Yes.
Yeah, we're together.
Yeah. So that's how you have to be in a position to analyze your Monday's price action. It's very important that you understand Monday's price action in relation to the buyers that you are working with. Not just that you go to Tuesday without knowing how Monday's trading price action is, or come Monday, London session, New York, you're busy opening trades, shorting this, long this, shorting that. That's, yeah, you can get good entries and the market is going to go in your direction, but that's not going to be sustainable. It's not going to be a good systemic way of you doing things. So once you see Monday's trading range, then you make your decisions. You see, you do your analysis now. Like now, we are already anticipating probably price to trade higher, close above, then we are taking long positions. If it does keep trading below the 90.380, then shorts are ideal because you'll be expecting this imbalance to hold. You'd expect the sellers that pushed price the past 1, 2, 3, 4 hours down. You'd expect probably those sellers to what? To hold their ground and continue to push price lower. But since I told you we've got FOMC, then once we have FOMC, of course, they're going to talk whether they're going to sound dovish or they're going to be talking in a bullish note. I don't know. We'll see what Powell has got in store for us. But that's what you need to be aware of once that event comes on. But as of tomorrow, I've already noted to you guys a clear trade above and close above 90.380. You are bullish dollar. Expect Tuesday to trade higher. But since we are bullish dollar, if price keeps staying below 90.380, expect the dollar to trade lower Tuesday and Wednesday, and it's going to create a new low. Dollar is going to trade lower, and it's going to create a new low here. Take note. If we don't close above 90.380, DXY is going to trade lower and it's going to create a new low tomorrow or Wednesday. And that's the low where I'm going to be active, where I'm going to base my long entries on dollar index and my short trades on Euro, Fiber, NZUSD, my longs on USD CAD, USD JPY, and USD CHF. So I hope you have understood perfectly what I was trying to put forward in regards to Monday's trading session. That's why I always emphasize Monday's trading session is important, guys. Don't just wake up on a Monday, oh, it's working time now. Let's see, Monday, London session. What are we doing? Are we selling or are we buying? Yeah, it's going to work out. But 9 out of 10, it might not work out. So is there any questions, guys? Now, I've opened the floor for questions. Moja, where are you? I see you're on mute.
Moja, you mute his mic.
Now, maybe he's busy with something, so that would be not nice for me to unmute him. When he's ready to talk, I'm sure
Is he the one who put it on mute?
Yeah. I don't know. Is there any questions, guys? Cosmos, Jerome, Mutema?
On this one, he explained it's pretty clear on this one. Price imbalance and all those equal lows. And the next target, if you close above the 1938, will be the next price imbalance, and those the highs which were created on the 20th, I think, of January, right? Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, Moja, how's it?
No, I'm good, sir. How are you?
I'm all right, huh?
You are muting me, and after that you say I'm the one who's muting.
No. I didn't mute anyone. I didn't mute anyone.
No, say it's clear. It's crystal clear as you explained it.
Yeah, so those are the things that you need to take note of, guys. Now remember, the calendar is very important, right? The economic calendar is very important to be aware of what's happening. Yes, it might look like it's a whole bunch of things, but when you go to the calendar, remember you can customize to see only the important uh, news events. For instance, me, I only took note of the 2 stars and above. That minimized my calendar
Latte.
to only the most important news events. So you can clearly see Monday we had ECB president speaking, Bank of England. That's when the market was all up and down. Then tomorrow we've got the British pound with some strong news. We've got the consumer confidence for USD. You see, crude oil inventories come Wednesday. You see, FOMC. Hey, this one, guys, this is the most important news probably of your trading career that you need to take note of. That. So come Wednesday, that's gonna be very important. And then Thursday, we've got the initial job losses. We've got the GDP Q4 for United States. So it's those fundamentals that you expect price to move the market. You see, tomorrow 10:45, we've got the ECB president. She'll be speaking again tomorrow. Take note of the time, 10:45. It's crucial. You see,
Yeah.
just after London Open, and she's gonna be on the floor talking. Definitely, she's gonna move the euro. I don't know whether it's up or down, but now that's when you have to come back to your chart. You look how the euro reacts to her speaking. You see, then you can make a decision. Remember, that's when the market will be volatile, moving up and down. We buy when everyone is selling. We sell when everyone else is buying. Don't be scared to go short when you see such a big candle, right? Don't be scared to go long when you see such a big candle. You can see the candle that I've highlighted there, that guy.
Yeah.
It's a big bearish candle. Most people will be saying, no, but the market is going down, I'm going to sell. The moment you sell, look where it closes, and then it pushes higher, and it never trades below the low of that bearish candle. Then same applies with this bullish candle up here. It's a strong bullish candle to the upside. You shouldn't be scared to be selling there. Here, in this bullish candle, you'd have been selling this imbalance here. You see? This is what you'd have been selling your market to when you see this green candle. The moment it touched the imbalance, price traded lower. So same applies. This green candle, the last up close candle of the current price action, that's a big bullish candle to the upside. Where did it trade it to? Into this imbalance, right? The moment it closed, you should have been what? A seller on dollar index. You see? And where would have been your
So
stop?
that
Above
so
here.
that is okay.
You see? Your stop would have been way above here. That's for those who like to trade on a Monday. Because you see, that movement to the imbalance on DXY, that move on its own when price closed that imbalance, if you come to Euro USD or say USD CHF, 1 hour, you see, it also traded. You see, it's the same exact price action like dollar index, but it's USD CHF. When price closed the imbalance on dollar index, you'd have been long on what? On Euro USD. Been long here. You see? especially that green candle, you can see it took out, oh boy, this looks like exactly the same price. So we got our low coming in at 121142, 12152. It missed this low by a few pips, but for you as a trader, that would have been a trigger. Even this move, you'd have missed it, but when the candle closed, this would have been your what? Your long position. But now it's basically going against the bias of the market because you're expecting prices to fall on Euro USD and prices to rise on dollar.
Use this agent.
Yeah, on dollar index. So that's what you need to do when you are doing your Monday's trading analysis to see how Monday's range has gone through. Of course, there's one more thing which is involved when it comes to Monday, but most of you guys, you are not yet at the stage where it's gonna make sense for you to look at the dealer's range. There's what we call the dealer's range, and it happens during the New York session. It's a process whereby you measure the number of pips the market has moved during the NY session. Then you divide that by 2, you get your 50% mean threshold. That will be where your entry will be in regards to the bias that you've got. So like dollar index, you measure the number of pips that the market has moved during the New York session. The New York session is what they call the dealer's range. That's between 11 and I think 2 a.m. That's the dealer's range. That's where they deal the market to see where are the orders they need to trigger for them to go long or short. But that's a lesson for another time. That's a lesson for another time. So I don't know. Is there any questions, guys? We've got like under 8 minutes left.
No, sir, not for me. On my side, I'm still sharp. I'm still going through that material.
Okay.
And I'll wait. I'll wait for Wednesday, as you said.
Edson Tema, any questions?
But I managed to catch some pips on GBP USD today. I didn't close that position of last week, but when it traded lower, I just took most of the profits. I still left like 0.01 running.
I see. I don't know. Is there anyone else with what we've discussed?
No, sir. I think it was cut.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay, then I think that's pretty much about it. If no one has got any questions, and for those that haven't watched the weekly forecast, please guys go watch that video. It's gonna help a bit. I know most people they don't watch.
It helps a lot, sir.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you, sir.
All right, guys. Have a great evening. I'm gonna post this. I've recorded it because I noticed there's quite a few that came in late, so I'll just post it again because I recorded it for the guys that didn't manage to join.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure.
Sure, guys. Have a great evening.
Okay, same to you, mate.
But
Thank you. Bye.
Cheers.